whenever we came into work, Amy says, "Hey, I got you a gift." I was like, "Oh, that's sweet of you." She hands me a gift, and it's a bottle of Metamucil because I do take a lot of fiber, but I guess you tried it and it wasn't for you.
No, I don't think so. But if it's for you, it's for you.
I go through a lot. I do 20 a day.
Yeah.
And so I break it up into 4 different times of taking 5 pills. And so it says that on the back of the bottle. By the way, I'm not just going crazy with it. It
Right.
says that. It's like 16 to 18 a day. But not for you. Tried it?
Yeah. I don't know if I did it right, but I just
Wait,
felt,
which side what hole did you put those in? Supposed to go in the mouth.
I know I did. But I mean, I just felt like bloat. I don't know. You do you. It's fine. I was like, but I don't want to waste the bottle. So I was like, Bobby's getting a gift.
Well, I thought I was getting some kind of special heartfelt gift. And she was like, "Got you something." And I was like, "What?" She goes, "Well, I couldn't have it all."
It's missing 5 pills.
That's how you know we're close.
Yeah.
You're giving each other fiber in the middle of the day. Coming up in a second, we had a psychic who told this guy in Kentucky, the sheriff, "Hey, I know where this missing girl is."
Yeah.
And then you know what? He went and found.
No.
Well, I'll tell you the story in a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We'll mention the Grammys. We got my dog, Berserk. We'll talk about that. I'm trying everything. All that on the way. And you guys can call if you have something for the show, a question or a comment. 877-77-Bobby. That's our phone number. 877-77-Bobby. Thank you.
The Morning Show's official YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search Bobby Bones Show, and subscribe today.
Bobby Bones.
That's a pretty crazy story. Psychics told a Kentucky sheriff they had a premonition that he would find a missing teen safe, and it says they were proven right. Franklin County Sheriff Chris Quire asked mediums to help him find 17-year-old Haley Martin, who was reported missing on January 13th. She was found Friday in another jurisdiction after police there responded to a burglary call and found her and a friend trying to break into a house belonging to the friend's boyfriend. Quire told the paper that he met with a local group of psychics where she was last seen. The paper reported the sheriff was first skeptical, but said he did not want to leave any stone unturned. I don't see the hard evidence here, though. I just see them going, yeah, you'll find her somewhere else, and then him find her.
But
What am I missing? This was
Well,
a whole headline, and I was roped in.
that she believed that, yes, like sometimes we just need that encouragement or affirmation that it's like going to happen.
Yeah, but I don't see anything here that leads me to believe psychics are any more real than I already believed.
Right.
Like they just went 50-50. Yes or no? Tails. Yes, you'll find her. I really thought this was going to be one of those stories where I'm like, ooh.
Like go down this road,
Yeah.
turn right, dig a hole.
3 paces to,
Yeah.
I'm alone to dig a hole.
I don't know.
Dang, morbid.
Or something buried alive.
Amy's cousin is a psychic. And so she came on last year in 2019. Now, here we are. We're 1 year later. You want to roll over some of the clips?
Yeah.
Because we're going to get her on sometime soon.
Yes.
Here is clip number 1. Now, this is, I say, will I get a girlfriend this year? Now, I asked in 2019. I said, will I get a girlfriend this year? Here you go.
You're recalibrating some things. So it's like a girlfriend kind of comes into next year and closer to maybe 2021.
What is happening right
Maybe
now?
next year. More so next year, though.
Wow.
She's kind of right.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. Because I did not get a girlfriend all 2019. Okay. I did ask her, will I ever have a drink, my first drink of alcohol?
Probably not. You're too much of a control freak.
Okay. And she's still there.
Right
Still,
on.
I haven't had a drink yet. I asked her in 2019, will I get a dog? Because I hadn't had a dog since my other dog, Dusty, died, and he was old. I had him for years and years and years. And here you go.
Know this, and this is just me telling you this, dogs come back. So you will know when the right dog shows up. Like, you're going to know that, oh, my gosh, there's something about this dog that is familiar. Trust that, and you will know. And that will happen this year.
And I got
Wow.
it. And I got a dog.
Do you see any of Dusty and Stanley?
No, this dog's driving me bonkers.
I know.
This dog does not listen.
But
And I sent this dog. Let me get back to this.
Okay.
Because I'm going to finish this here. I asked, will I ever dance again on TV? If you're new to this show, I went on Dancing with the Stars and I won. I know, hard to believe, but I did win. And I said, will I ever, and I did, by the way, I'm not a dancer. I don't really like dancing. But I said, will I ever dance on TV again?
Well, I heard you won Dancing with the Stars.
I did.
hear about that.
Yeah.
Sure you will.
I'll go
Sure
back.
You will.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll go back.
All right.
Yeah, you'll be like an all-stars round, maybe.
There you go. Okay. That's it. She pretty much nailed some stuff. Most of the stuff. The only thing, at number 8 here, will I write another book this year?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I started working on that. I mean, that's kind of borderline. But anyway, she was pretty much right. We gave her a hard time. So we'll bring her back on. Have you talked to her?
yes, I think she lives in Belize now, but she's still.
Wait, what?
Yeah, her and her husband, they moved there, but her business is on the phone anyway. Like, and she has clients all over the world, so she can call in. She said.
Well, she did pretty good with those. The girlfriend thing, I remember being a little hurt that she said I wasn't going to get a girlfriend all that year because that was early in 2019. And I was like, wow, I'm such a loser. I can't get a girlfriend. And then I didn't. And then here we are, 2020. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, so let me know when you want to get her on. Can we get her on next week?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'll make it happen. You
Okay.
tell me the day, we'll work it out.
Okay. Let's line that up after the show because I definitely want to get this going here.
Okay.
My dog, let me tell you, 2 things. One, I will leave town and go shoot some TV stuff occasionally for a couple of days. And instead of putting him in a doggy daycare, I'll just send him to a trainer and be like, I got to put him somewhere. I might as well take him and have him learn things while I'm gone. And the dog comes back with the trainer, just nailing stuff. He's like, what do you need me to do? Jump through a hoop? No problem. Load the dishes? No problem. That trainer leaves, dog don't listen to a dang thing I say. Nothing. And he has this necklace, and it's like this little thing on his neck that will tap his neck. Whenever I'm like, I'll say, Stanley, come. He won't even look at me. No.
Even if you tap him?
No. And then I'll hit the button to tap him, and it'll go, that's it. And he'll look at me and then go, I'll pass. And he just runs through it sometimes. So yesterday I was like, I'm done. So I took it off of him. And I have worked with him a lot at the house. He's a bulldog.
And you know how to train a dog because you trained your last dog.
My last dog, I had open and shutting doors, getting things, bringing it to me, putting them up in the... I mean, I literally had him doing crazy things. And I say literally only when I mean it. People would come over and be like, how do you train this dog to do so much? So I use this app sometimes too that you can push it. And if it's cold, I won't go walk him. I'll just have I'll use this app to have somebody come walk him. It's too cold. He still needs walked. It's too cold. So I hit the app, and dog walker comes over, and so they it's like $20. They click it on his necklace, his little collar, and then you can message within the app. And so he walks off. Like 5 minutes later, I get a message from the dog walker. I'm like, what? She goes, he doesn't want to walk. He's laying down in the yard.
When he doesn't want to walk, he just plops down?
He's a fat bulldog, and he just goes, boo, right on the ground. And you ain't moving him.
Okay.
And so I open the front door, and there he is, laying in the front yard. And the dog walker's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, So I go, maybe he doesn't like the cold either. I don't know. He's a big old dog. Who cares? I'm like, Stanley, come back inside. He gets up, run. He heard me that time. He knows what I'm saying. And so I paid her $20, and then I kept him in the house. I tried to take him with me because I'll put him in the car. I'm trying to train him in my car too, to ride shotgun, just to chill. I can barely get out of my car before I'm trying to jump out. I'm in the Starbucks parking lot, and he's trying to squeeze out of the side of the car, and it looks like I'm wrestling with someone holding him in the car. It's just my dog. I don't know what I'm going to do. I am struggling. I spend all my time at home training that dog, and then I put extra time into him with somebody else. I don't know if it's because he's a bulldog. He's about 11 months old at this point. It's because he's a puppy, but he does not listen. And I'll say something loud, really loud, and he won't even look at me. And then I'll go, treat. Like he will run through a wall for a treat. He heard that.
Well, what does the trainer say about this? Do you contact the trainer and say, hey, right when you leave, he's like, goes crazy?
Yeah. He's like, he doesn't see it. It's like taking a car in.
Right, I know.
And going, I swear to you, it's making a noise. And then you go in and the car doesn't make the noise. And you're like, I promise you, it's broken. So I spent all weekend with him. And I can't, and he's supposed to be trained to not, because he doesn't eat people food. But he's had enough of the instances where he jumps and grabs out of my hand and now knows it's good. So I can't sit on the couch and eat even a bowl of cereal because he's right there trying to get his head into it.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
It's frustrating. I can't. I don't know what to do.
But he's so cute.
And don't tell him that.
He is the cutest. My favorite thing you do with him is when he's waddling and you just film him walking and you put it to a song. It's my favorite. It's so simple, but like so perfect. So
well, you can have him at times.
I'm good. My dog's just as annoying. Don't worry.
It's just so tough because I felt like I was so good at training that last dog. And I spent all my time training him.
Right. So you know it's not you, it's him. So, I mean.
This bulldog. Holy moly. I don't even want any advice, really. Because I'm going to get 1,000 texts and callers, and they're all going to say different things and call me an idiot. I know.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not you. You're not.
It could be. It is me. If there's a problem and it continues to happen to you and you haven't figured it out, it's on you to figure it out or get rid of the problem. And I'm not getting rid of the problem. I'm going to fix the problem. Okay. So it is on me.
Okay.
It is on me. Everything's on me. Okay. Morgan Wallen, Whiskey Glasses, Bobby Bone Show. Thank you guys for hanging out. You can text, you can email, you can call us, but not about the dog stuff. 877-77-Bobby. Good morning. I got a few messages over here in the text line. Most people are saying if it's an English bulldog, that's kind of normal, that they're very stubborn. Some are saying that it's these millennial dogs. They don't act like.
That's funny.
Someone said the dog does not see me as the alpha yet.
Yeah.
Well, I got news for you. Nobody sees me as the alpha. It's not just a dog thing. I have that thing with a lot of the people in my life. Nanny cam Stanley, so you can show the trainer how he acts when he leaves. No, I don't. I've only seen the trainer twice, by the way. It's not like he goes there all the time. But the 2 times he has been,
But there is some sort of demeanor or something or alphaness that the trainer's giving off that vibe to where Stanley's listening to the trainer.
He should listen to me. I feed him.
Mm-hmm.
I put him through 5 surgeries. He came out broken.
You should remind
He
him
was a
about that.
runt, broken dog that nobody wanted.
That's
you know
why
who
you should
took him?
talk to him.
I had this talk with him. You were a runt, broken dog. Nobody wanted you. You know who nursed you back to health? Me. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't care.
Oh, okay.
He's just chilling. Okay. We'll come back. I don't know what you want to talk about, but we can get into the baby crying story that Amy told us about years ago that I don't even want to read it on the air, but it's one of those I told you so's.
Oh.
Do you know about it yet?
Don't, but told you so.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait.
It's one of those. Ugh. So
Yes. Okay,
it's
let's
a
do
big,
that.
big time Amy, I told you so.
All right.
So we'll do that. We'll also hop into the Grammys for a second and tell you who won the big country awards, if you want to know that. And then we have a coronavirus update.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they're building hospitals in like 2 days. They have to.
Here in America?
No, in China.
Okay, good.
And now they're I have a whole thing. I just was reading about it all the weekend. Just read coronavirus stories. Just remember who was a year ago. If you remember, a few people, Post Malone, Lil Nas X, Billie Eilish, all of them when they first started to break through, I was like, these people are the ones that are coming through. Like way before they even had a hit. I was getting reminded last night about that. I'm also telling you that about coronavirus.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be the one that was like, I told you so. When you're all calling into work, like, got corona. Yeah. So I'll update you on that. All that coming up next.
Missed any of today's show or just want to listen again? Check out the Bobby Bones Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
I will tell you right after this song when we're bringing the drafts back. We have an official date. We're bringing the drafts back. Woo. So I'll tell you right after this.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Lady Antebellum, What If I Never Get Over You? Bobby Bones Show. Our first draft of 2020 is 1 week from today.
Okay.
So we will do our drafts. If you listened to the show last year, it became a big... Morgan number 2 has a championship belt. She puts it right in front of my face every day. She is the champion, but we'll start a week from today.
But she just has it on her desk, and you think it's in your face.
It is in my face.
It's in all
Okay.
of our
It's
faces.
in my face. I'm trying to battle back from...
I'm proud of you, Morgan. It's not in my face. It's
Thanks,
fine.
Avery.
Anyway. So that next week, next Monday, we'll start our first draft. All
Okay.
right. I did watch the Grammys last night. At least I watched the first part of the Grammys. Some exciting news this morning. You might have seen over the past few days that Missy Elliott and her are doing a Super Bowl commercial together. It's for Pepsi Zero Sugar. I was watching in one of the first commercials. I didn't know what her was doing, but she had the guitar. Did you see her in all black? And she pulled up the guitar.
Oh, no, I didn't see that part.
The teaser part was pretty quick.
Oh, okay.
Do you know the song? And I know it mostly from Guitar Hero. I mean, I used to listen to oldies radio.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, had a red. Do you have the Rolling Stones version of that?
I see a line of cars and they're all painted black.
You know this song?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they are doing this song for the new. How do you say matte black? Is that the color? Is that the name of the, is that how you say that color?
Yeah.
I always see it, but I never say it because I'm always like, is it Matty Black?
No, it's matte black.
It's like a GIF or a GIF.
Bobby's like mate.
I'm always, yeah.
No, matte.
But the new matte black Pepsi Zero Sugar can, it's a really cool concept. Here's a teaser from last night. And this morning we walked in and found a really cool Pepsi Zero Sugar matte black box waiting on us. It's a record player that includes the full 60-second version of this. Here, here it is from the record player. There you go. So, yeah, thanks to our friends at Pepsi, and it's going to be a really cool thing. And full commercial at Super Bowl weekend. I was watching the Grammys last night, and let me say this. I thought the opening was weird. I did. I thought, because what Alicia Keys did was fantastic. I just think it should have happened first. Because what happened at the beginning of the show, they're like, and here they are, the Grammys. And everybody's like, ah. I mean, Kobe Bryant had just died.
Yeah.
And the Staples Center is where he played basketball. In the city that he lived. And it went right to, and Lizzo has a microphone. She goes, this is for you, Kobe. And then she goes into some song, and then she's like, wow, man, great children. And I'm just like, wow, that's.
And then she's like doing the whole.
Yeah.
And I had Stevenson watching it with me. And obviously I know Lizzo's music, so I know it was there. But then I didn't realize they weren't going to bleep some of the stuff.
Well, that to me wasn't the thing. I'm talking about the Kobe thing specifically.
I agree, just commenting.
I think it was because we're all waiting to see what they're going to say about Kobe.
Right.
And to go right into a big old crazy Lizzo performance with all these big violins and it was a great performance. But I was like, man, I thought they should have led with the actual Kobe thing. What they did is just over the intro, they just crammed her into yelling, this is for Kobe! And then they went into it. Then Alicia Keys came out, and it was fantastic. She did, Boys to Men came out. They sang It's So Hard, is what they did.
Say goodbye to yesterday, yes.
And they were already in an act with Tyler, the Creator, later on. So they were at the show.
And so they just worked that quick.
They
I was
did.
like, I didn't realize they were in later, and I was like, oh, wow, they just like get Boys to Men together real quick and get everybody there.
She was great because she just talked from the heart. Mm-hmm. It felt funny at the beginning of that show for it to be a Lizzo act. I think they could have done that and then went to Lizzo. But it's a lot to ask somebody to move. But that's a big, big, big thing to happen, especially for that city. For even down to that building where his jerseys are retired, both of them, 8 and 24. You never get it right. Trust me, I get it wrong a lot. But it was a kind of a weird thing to go right to that. But when they did go to it, it was perfect. It was great. Here's a clip of her singing with Boys to Men right now.
Now take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain.
Yeah, it was great. It was really great. And I felt the crowd was confused with what they were supposed to do because at the beginning, like, it's the Grammys. They're like, ah! They're all, but I mean, if the cameras are on, it was confusing for everybody.
I mean, yeah, even I was watching the red carpet show on E! Before, and Ryan was out there having to do interviews and different things, and you could just feel like every person that came up, it's like they talked about that first and then it was low, but then they were like, okay, but we're all here to celebrate music tonight, and that's what Kobe would want. But I mean, yes, just being there and the whole, it was hard.
Yeah, even if you're not a basketball fan.
I'm not.
Right.
Zero. I am not a and one of our really close friends is a huge Lakers Kobe fan. Like grew up there, and I could tell it was affecting her in such a way. Like he was just so important to. If you were a fan, it was very important to a lot of people, and it just, gosh. I mean, even when I was in the car when I heard it on the radio. I got my breaking news, the radio. My husband and I, we were driving to my dad's, and we both just said, what? And we turned up the radio, and that's how we heard. And it was, gosh, tragic.
Well, I think that if it would have been in another city, I still would have felt that way. If it had been in New York or Las Vegas, I'd have been like, wow, they should have led with the Kobe thing. But the fact that it was in Los Angeles at the same building that he played ball,
hard.
That I felt like it was kind of weird they didn't open with that. But again, it's so hard. It's just, and God knows I'm wrong a lot of the time. It did feel a little weird, but then Alicia Keys came out, and it's just great at that. It's just talking. It didn't feel like she was reading from a prompter. She was just like, hey, this sucks. And let's talk about it. And they came out and sang, and it was good. And they were like, all right. I don't know if they went to break or if that's when Blake and Gwen came out. But I also thought that's pretty tough for Blake and Gwen. They had to come out and sing right after that because they did their duet right after that. Eddie was at my house yesterday, and Eddie was downstairs making tea. Eddie comes to my house and goes right to the tea. It doesn't say anything. He doesn't ask. You don't have to ask, by the way.
Thank you.
But he just comes in, doesn't even say hi. He just goes right to the tea.
There was no one to greet me at the door.
He doesn't knock. He doesn't have to knock. I'm just saying, I know if Eddie's there because I hear the tea machine, or what's it called?
Keurig.
I have a Keurig, yeah. And so Eddie's down there, and I say, Eddie. And as soon as it popped on my Twitter, I said, Kobe Bryant died. And he's like, no, it's one of those hoaxes. That way, because it was such a big, famous person that died. I think we all, at first, me, Mike D, and Eddie were up there. We all thought it was a hoax for a second.
Yeah.
Until they were confirming it. Another story that I read was that TMZ had reported it before his wife Vanessa had heard it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is that true?
I mean, that's what
I heard.
the sheriff department came out and said that, and said there was kind of a shame that, when that process goes down, they like to notify the family first. But in this case, they probably found out through TMZ.
Because they're famous.
Yeah.
And it's in TMZ's, wow. Mm-hmm. Because most of the time they can do that because it's not somebody famous.
Right.
Wow. I started the show off this morning talking about it a little bit. It's the helicopter. I was reading about the helicopter. Don't know much about helicopters, obviously. I've been on two ever. One at Bear Grylls when we were flying through the mountains. I was standing on the side of one in that episode. And then once in Texas, Oklahoma with Blake Shelton.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know much about helicopters, but I was Googling this one, and apparently it was the safest one that you could possibly get. But Amy said that a guy that's a helicopter pilot and said it was really, really foggy over there.
Yeah, our friend's brother that flies there, the same area. Like, he flies, and she even lives close to where Kobe lived, and she was like, he would take his helicopter every day. Like, that's just how it was. And anyway, her brother got grounded. Like, they got notifications, like all flights are grounded because of fog and weather. And that was that morning before that. So just, I'm sure he had the best helicopter and probably had the best pilot, but I don't know.
Well, we'll do some good news coming up. Here we go.
Tell me something.
Last night, the Grammys. I can go through some stuff here. Billie Eilish wins Album of the Year. Billie Eilish wins Record of the Year. Billie Eilish wins Song of the Year. Here's the Song of the Year. Just running through some of this. Billie Eilish won Best New Artist. What'd she win for? She won more. She won 6.
Wow.
Her brother won 6. I don't know. All I know is she's the youngest person to ever win for Song of the Year. So, because I think she's like 8.
She's not.
She looks 8.
She's 18. She's the youngest person to be nominated for and win all 4 of those honors. I didn't watch the whole show. I watched some of it last night. Here's what's irritating about the Grammys is that they're saying that these people that won may not even really won. This is why the awards now are kind of tarnished a bit, is because I vote for the Grammys in the thing. You go check box, all these categories, and then those nominees go up. But what they're saying now, this Grammy CEO who doesn't work there anymore says it's rigged. She says in the complaint that committee members often nominate artists they have personal or business relationships with, or nominate artists for categories that align with live performances during the award show. Sometimes artists for these nominations sit on these committees. It's all a conflict of interest, and that people are being nominated and winning the awards because of that. So, which makes sense because, listen, some of these awards are just so out of touch with what's happening. Now, not the Billie Eilish stuff. Best Country Solo Performance, Willie Nelson, Ride Me Back Home. So here's this. Love Willie Nelson. But is this really the best country solo performance? He can barely sing. I love Willie. But the Grammys do pick cooler artists that people normally wouldn't pick for these categories.
Correct.
I'm not hating on Willie.
You didn't vote for this one?
No. And then I'm not even hating on it. I like it.
I know.
But I'm saying it was the one you would look at and go, I bet that one wins because nobody thinks it'll win. You know, Tanya Tucker, Best Country Song, Bring My Flowers Now. It got the cool vote. And there isn't better or worse. With art, you just look at it and everybody has their favorites. There's no such thing as one's better than the other, really. It's just, but again, that's what happens with a lot of the Grammy stuff. But then when you read all this, that people are actually teeing up folks,
Yeah.
you're just like, really? What's next?
Nothing's real.
Well, I was about to say something, but then I forget we have little ears that listen right now.
Oh.
Good. Thanks for that.
Yeah. But good for them. Maybe the country ones are all the only legitimate awards. Maybe those are the ones. But again, with the Grammys, you kind of roll your eyes at them sometimes because it's almost like the Academy Awards. Sometimes they pick the stupid people that you would never think of because all the voters are pretty like, I'm too cool. I don't. I pick the most pop ones.
Mainstream.
Well, yeah, it's like I would pick I'd pick some Marvel movies for the Academy Awards. Just, I thought the final Avengers was great. Thought it should win an award. That movie was good enough to win something. It won't. But anyway, the Grammys are fine last night. I didn't even watch all of it. What am I talking about? I watched like a quarter of it, and then I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'd read there was all this cheating, and I was like, I'm out.
But congrats to Dan and Shay.
Theirs is real for
Legit.
sure. Theirs was the one was for sure real.
For sure
real. All right, thank you guys. I'm on Instagram, Mr. Bobby Bones. Hit me up if you like Mr. Bobby Bones on Instagram. Appreciate you listening to the show today.
It's time for the good news.
With Bobby.
Tell me something good.
If you guys want to hit us up, you can. 877-77-Bobby. 877-77-Bobby. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us. Cops urge anyone in Pittsburgh who hears a mysterious recording of a baby crying to keep your door shut and call 911. Amy told
Sound familiar?
us. Yeah, well, here's what happened. Amy told us years ago about it. This is how long ago it was. It was an email forward. And she was like, I got an email.
It wasn't even like a Facebook share.
Yeah, like if you hear a baby crying outside your door, don't answer. I'm like, if I hear a baby outside my door, I'm going to answer it immediately. She was like, it's a gang. And they're putting out a fake baby cry to get you to open, and they beat you up.
Right.
Police in the south side of Pittsburgh have received 4 reports of a recording of a baby crying and a child crying out for help outside people's homes. The majority of those targeted appear to be college students. Pittsburgh police have failed to find the source of the recordings on arrival. They say, keep your door shut. They don't exactly say that it's gangs, but they say something's up.
Something trying to lure you out. And another thing that they'll do is put like a baby car seat thing or on the side of the road. So like you'll see it and you'll stop and you'll be like, oh my gosh, is there a baby in there? And then they hijack your car. It's true.
Are you sure?
I mean, it hasn't
This
happened
hasn't
to
even
me.
been a gang thing yet. They're just saying it could happen.
Right.
But you did say that a long time ago.
Yes.
Nothing bad has happened yet. There are no reports of people getting jumped yet.
But be aware.
But I'm telling you, if there's a baby crying outside of my door, I'm going to open the door. I'm going to take that chance
Well,
to
open the
save that
door
baby.
with protection. Like open the door with your gun or pepper spray or something.
Stop it. The coronavirus. I just sat at home and read about this all weekend. The doctor at the hospital in the place where this coronavirus started, Wuhan, dies after treating patients with coronavirus.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
He was 62. Now they say that, and I'm reading different reports. I think I read 80 deaths so far. And the story that I was watching this morning, because it is growing, is that they can't even tell when people have it, and that you can pass it before you even get the symptoms of it.
Wow.
The kid at Tennessee Tech,
He's negative.
not virused.
Yes.
The kid at
Texas
Texas A&M,
A&M,
not virused.
Came back negative.
Good.
The U.S. has confirmed cases in Washington State, Chicago, and most recently, Southern California. Canada says it discovered its first case, a man in his 50s. It's that movie Bird Box is the last one to do this. Where all of a sudden people's like, that's not real, that's not real, that's not real. Oh my goodness, don't look at the bird, or whatever it is.
Oh, the light.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing.
Southwest Airlines removes passenger from a plane in Maryland amid coronavirus concerns after they had flu-like symptoms.
Oh, wow.
The passenger had recently been in Beijing.
Correct.
Okay.
But he didn't have.
Holy
He didn't have
moly.
it. He didn't have it. Better safe than sorry, I guess. Though.
The sick passenger had completed the journey from Las Vegas, but was escorted off the plane once it landed at Baltimore Washington Airport Saturday afternoon. Passenger was referred to medical for evaluation. This doesn't say that he didn't have it. Are you clearing him?
Dr. Garcia
Are you
here.
clearing him?
I read that they checked and he was fine, but they were taking precautionary measures not to risk it.
Hospital staff wearing adult diapers to care for coronavirus patients.
What?
Hospital staff in Wuhan are wearing adult diapers while treating the patients. They don't have time to use the bathroom because there's so many people coming in sick with it.
Oh, my goodness.
So they're just wearing diapers. They're also building hospitals. There are 2 hospitals they're hoping to have up within 2 weeks. In one of them, they show all of the bulldozers in the middle just digging because they're building these hospitals so fast.
Wow.
The Chinese city of Wuhan is set to build another hospital in 6 days in order to treat patients suspected of contracting
That's
the
impressive.
coronavirus. There are currently 830 confirmed cases. China has a record of getting things done fast. Yeah, they say they can build another one in 6 days. Wow.
Can they come here and do stuff for us? It took me like 2 years to build a garage. Like, what?
I know. Well, I'm worried, obviously, because I worry about all of that. This morning, I got a little sniffle.
Oh, great.
I was like, Corona. And don't you think in a boardroom somewhere, the folks at Corona beer are going, dear God, let this pass?
Oh, I'm not associating the two. You think?
Corona?
Or are they
I know, but
thinking
I'm
of
thinking coronavirus.
I know, but
then
you don't think that there's...
Like, you think it's affecting sales subconsciously?
But I think it's maybe subconsciously. Anytime that you're attached with something negative where people are dying,
Yeah, that's true.
I do think that's something. I bet they're like, come on, find a cure. Or
Yeah. Call it something else.
Yeah, like why?
yeah, they're like,
called
call it Michelob Ultravirus or something.
Budweiser.
Oh man, I hate that. I hate that everybody's getting sick. I hate that people are dying.
Yeah.
I hate that it's coming this way.
Because you know it is. How did it start? Did people know how all this
From
started?
like a fish market,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's what Bobby told me.
Yeah, I'm your number one
tell us,
source.
scientist.
I am. That's where I get all my Corona news is from Bobby.
I know, and we only laugh because we're nervous. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably read like 10 stories about it last night. So there's your Corona update.
I mean, and the fact that nurses don't even have time to use the restroom. Oh my.
I've seen those Amazon workers that their factory's so big and they're being held to work. You ever see that story?
No.
They're working and they have to wear adult diapers because they don't get breaks.
Oh, wow.
That's
I'm not even sure that's real. Mike, can you look that up?
cannot be real.
I do think that's a thing.
Here in
Yeah,
America?
I think so.
No. Does Bezos know about that?
I'd like to preface that by saying that just came off the dome.
Sounds like it.
I mean, you would think they would handle that. Put up a porta potty or something.
Just Google Amazon workers adult diapers and see what comes up and throw it up on the screen if you don't mind. I bet you there's something to it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever do that to us, although I will say.
Here we
that,
go.
like,
Hold on. Here we go. Amazon warehouse workers skip bathroom breaks to keep their job, says report. An undercover reporter and a labor survey exposed harrowing work conditions. I told you.
Oh, that's horrible.
Why don't you guys listen to me? Ugh!
Well, I hear you now. I just wanted to hear the article. Calm down. But I mean, there are
didn't believe him,
times
though, at
where. Where I have to like raise my hand and be like, can I go to the bathroom?
Amy,
I
that's
know.
not the same thing.
Sometimes they use bottles instead of actual toilets.
Oh my gosh.
There are a lot of them. Well, anyway, wash your hands, folks. Wash your hands. And not even just this, any flu, all flus. Wash your hands. If you
Stay
fly,
home.
what'd you say?
Stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay in your doors. What do you want to do? We can come back. The faster we come back, the quicker we can talk about stuff, or I can play a song. It's up to you.
Come back from what?
Well, we got to hit a break at some point.
Well, then hit a break. Let's go ahead.
But
and
if we hit the break, we can hurry up and come back.
Perfect.
That's
Hit
my
it.
point. Because we get. Well, wait. Let me tell what's coming up.
Okay.
If we just hit it, people are going to turn us off here. We'll come back. We can get on a 60-second showdown. 3 categories: Disney movies, science, and the Bobby Bone Show are the 3 categories. We can have a listener hop in and do that. I have an artist who cried at their own album listening party. They heard their own song and cried. Their own songs and cried. So we can talk about the last time that you cried. Maybe we can hold that till tomorrow. I don't know, but we have that coming up. Oh, I know what we should do. I'm looking at the menu here. The 5 unwritten life rules that you should be doing every day, but you aren't doing. I saw this, and we're not doing them all. I think that's what we'll do next. That,
right.
and we'll do the.
So you're gonna tell us
60
them?
Yeah. 6-second
Okay.
showdowns. Like these are things that we're not doing that we should probably do, and this is be a little knowledge. Like you're listening, you're gonna grow from this next segment.
Got
Okay.
it.
In 3.5 minutes or so, we'll come right back. All right, back in a second.
Bobby Bones.
5 unwritten rules you should be following every single day, but you aren't. I've read over these. I'll go over them with you, Amy. You haven't heard them yet. Can I get a drum roll, Raymundo? Number 5. RSVP, even if you can't make the party. Reply no, because that way they don't account for you.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yes.
Oh, good for you. I don't.
You just ignore it. Or you RSVP if you're going, but that's
I
it.
for sure RSVP if I'm going. And a lot of times I don't know, so I just kind of leave it, but I should be better at that. I don't do that.
Okay, sometimes there's a maybe button.
Yeah, I
Okay.
should be more deliberate in saying I'm not coming if I'm not. Point 1 check in the bad category for me, but I'm gonna get better. Life's about learning.
Yes.
I just learned something. I should do that. Okay, number 4. If you borrow something, don't let someone else borrow it from you.
Yeah, no. I know that rule. You?
I don't borrow things.
No.
I'm afraid I don't ever want to have something and not be able to give it back. And sometimes accidents happen, so I try not to borrow things
You lend things out, though.
all the time and,
So-
and then never expect to get it back.
Oh.
Because that's just how it be sometimes.
Sweet. I'll remember that.
Yeah,
Buzz, can I
You know
borrow
what
that?
Eddie does all the time?
what?
And it doesn't matter what I wear. If he likes it, he'll go like, hey, you gonna wear that again? Even if he knows I'm gonna wear it a bunch of times, because Eddie is now the guy that gets a lot
Yeah,
of it.
you've started giving him your clothes.
Hand-me-downs.
But so it's to the point of ridiculous stuff where he knows I'm not gonna give it away, but he's like, hey, how much do you like that shirt?
But Bobby, sometimes you do a thing where you give something to someone and you think you let them borrow it, but you gave it.
I don't think that's true.
That happened with my George Strait shirt. Every
No,
time
I didn't
wear
give it to you.
Yes, you did.
It happened one time,
Uh-oh.
not sometime. And he's like, you're often known for this. No, I don't. One time I let you borrow my George Strait shirt.
But what do you do when you lend things out to people?
I don't
you just don't expect to get
right.
it back because you gave it to me.
Okay. Number 3, only suggest to split the check evenly, even if you ordered way lesser expensive stuff on the menu. Meaning if you and I go to dinner, and let's say I order 4 steaks and you have 1 piece of lettuce,
Yeah.
and we're splitting the check, you still split the check down the middle.
That's the rule?
That's the rule.
Oh, okay.
I would say I abide by that. As a matter of fact, I try to go, let me get it.
The whole thing.
Yeah. That way it just
Eliminates the
eliminates
awkwardness.
yeah. Number 2, do not swipe left or right if someone shows you a photo on their phone. I mean, don't go through the roll.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do that like crazy. If it's a close friend, I'll do that like crazy. If it's somebody I don't know, I don't really grab people's phones and look at stuff anyway. I'll have them show me because I don't want to drop their phone. It's like sometimes listeners will say, hey, can we get a picture? Let's do a selfie, and they'll hand me their phone. And I'll be like, no, you take. Not because I don't want to touch their, one, I don't want to touch their phone. But 2, I don't want to drop their phone. Because then I'm responsible for paying for the thing if I break it.
Yeah.
I had to teach Stevenson this one the hard way.
What?
Oh, he had someone's phone and he swiped and he saw stuff.
Whose phone?
And what'd he see?
I don't want to talk about it.
Was it a
'cause I don't
girl?
want to say who. It was a guy.
What?
I don't want to talk
I'm going to
about
tell you, I don't have a
So-
single picture of my ding dong on my
Good.
phone.
You shouldn't.
Let's
Who
just say
does?
Yeah.
that then Stevenson started dying laughing.
You laugh.
I mean, if you're 9,
I would,
course he
I'd
laughed.
be terrified.
And
I
then
would
so
laugh
I
too.
go over-
I think I would probably laugh and think the phone was hot. Like, and get it out of my hands.
So I go over and then I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'm like, my eyes. I will never unsee that. And now I'm picturing it now.
The guy, wow, was it Steve Mokler?
I think of all our guy friends. Steve Muller, Eric Pasley.
Was it Walker Hayes?
No. No, but I mean, we had to have a long talk with him now. How you don't go through people's phones.
Will you tell me off the air?
Yeah.
Okay. What? Okay. It
All right, let's go to
wasn't.
break. Let's go to break.
We cut off right in the middle of the segment just to know whose wiener it was. Oh, we're 8. Okay.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Don't swipe left or right. And then finally, don't one up someone when they finish telling you a story by telling one of your own.
Yeah. But what if your story is really good?
Agree. Sometimes if I have a good story, I'll bite my tongue and not say it.
Just save it. Yeah.
Or bring it up way later. Hey, you know when you were talking about so-and-so earlier? That's a thing too. Hey, yeah.
Check this out.
You think that was good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait to know.
I know.
Okay. Yeah.
Is he famous?
Oh boy.
Was it Aldean? Was it Jason Aldean's PP? Tell the truth.
She's not saying anything.
I can't even look at you right now.
Okay. Let's do 60-second showdown. Over on the phone, why don't we go to Shannon in Virginia? Shannon, how are you? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, studio.
Morning. You good?
I'm good. How are you?
We're pretty good. We're going to give you a chance to win $100. We paid off everybody so far, Mike D, right? Mike was at my house asking for money the other day.
Wait for.
He was like, hey, I need some cash. And I was like, are you all right? Like, we pay you pretty good here. Like, he got a big raise last year when he became like the head writer, content guy of the show. And he's like, I need some cash. And he goes, I said, what's up? He goes, I got to pay those people that beat you and win Bobby's 6-second showdown. Okay. So I'll ask you 10 questions. If you get all of them in 60 seconds, you win $100 of my money. Okay, Shannon?
Oh, I hate to take your money, but I'm ready.
Yeah, you can take it. Have you heard about this game before?
Yes.
Okay.
I play every time you play it, and I win every time. But now I'm like, super nervous.
Every time. Wow. Okay, so basically you have to get one right answer every 6 seconds. You have 3 categories to choose from. You have the Bobby Bones Show, Disney movies, or science.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to do Disney movies.
Oh, wow.
All right. This is Shannon in Virginia. Shannon, what do you do for a living?
I own a bakery. We actually catered for you at the Paramount in Charlottesville a couple of years ago. We met you. You were sick, but you still showed up and did an amazing show.
Why are you
Like you
laughing?
felt sick. At first, I thought that was her adjective for you. Like,
Yeah.
sick.
Some people would say both, like Bobby's sick.
awesome.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yes, I mean,
But you were literally
I was
sick.
ill.
Okay.
I was ill.
And
Okay.
listen, I want to say quickly, I love Bear Grylls, and I watched your show. I love how he says, Booby, Booby. You did an amazing job, and I instantly cried when he was talking to you about your life. And I have some of the same past experiences, grew up with humble beginnings, and it really touched me. So you did an amazing, amazing job.
Well, thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. Well, now I'm rooting for you more than I was. Here we go.
Oh,
She has. I was already rooting for you, but here's more. You have 60 seconds, 10 questions. Raymundo, you'll start the timer at the end of the first question. Here we go. Question number 1. What time did Cinderella's godmother say the spell would break as Cinderella was going to the ball?
Midnight.
Correct. In The Lion King, what was the name of Simba's uncle?
Scar.
Correct. Carl Fredricksen is the name of the old man in what movie?
Pinocchio.
Incorrect. What Disney movie is about a Ray who dreams of becoming a great chef? Rat. About a rat.
Oh, what? Repeat that. I'm sorry.
It's Ratatouille. You get that one for free.
Oh,
What's the name of
Ratatouille.
Captain Hook's right-hand man? What's the name of Captain Hook's right-hand man?
Oh, pass.
Which Disney character fell down a rabbit hole?
Oh, Alice in Alice.
Correct. Jafar is the villain in what Disney movie?
Aladdin.
Correct. Where did the movie Lilo and Stitch take place?
Hawaii.
Correct. In which Disney movie would you find the character Sebastian?
Little Mermaid.
Correct. What Disney movie is about an arcade game character?
Oh, that was.
That final question is who is always tired of being the bad guy?
Who is always tired of being the bad
Yeah,
guy.
what Disney movie is about an arcade game character who is always tired of being the bad guy?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
That one is Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Going back up,
Oh, yes.
Captain Hook's right-hand man was Mr. Smee. Definitely didn't know that one.
Never heard of him.
I did not.
Carl Fredricksen is the name, not in Pinocchio, but in Up. Yeah.
The old man.
And then
Oh.
I gave you Ratatouille. There was a typo on my page here. It said what Disney movie's about. It says a ray, and I was like, a movie about. I thought it was gonna be
Like a
Nemo.
stingray? What
Yeah,
was
that's what I
it?
thought too.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo. But Mike D yelled rat from across the room, so we gave that one to you. You probably would have got that for sure anyway.
I said it. Did you not hear me? I said Ratatouille.
Oh well, you got
She
it
did,
anyway.
yeah.
You got it anyway. How many did you get right? 7. You did
Oh,
it. You
not
did
too
okay.
bad.
You did okay. You
Yeah,
did-
those were tougher than I thought they would be.
Yeah, it's always tough when you get on, and you do it with the pressure.
Yeah.
It is. It's so much easier when you're the water cooler, quarterback, and you're sitting in your car and you're like, man, I could have got that. What were they thinking?
I enjoy watercolor quarterback. Water cooler
cooler.
quarterback. Yeah, that's a good name. Thank you for
Yeah,
listening.
Monday morning, you're like, hey, why didn't he, go to the tight end instead of the wide receiver? You're like, oh, that was a stupid pass. But
Well, you did good. Mr. Smee and Wreck-It Ralph, I would have never got those either. So thank you for listening, Shannon.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, and thanks for the nice words.
You're welcome, honey. Have a great day. We love you guys. And
Thank
keep
you.
up the good work. We listen every single day at our bakery. We love you. And
Let's shout out that bakery real quick. What's the name of that bakery?
It is Sweet Nana Cakes. We actually have a line of keto desserts that we promote. So I don't know if you're still doing keto, but we'll send you a box so y'all can try them.
Sweet Nana Cakes.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. There, everybody check
We're
it
in
out.
Stanton, Virginia.
All right. Hey, thank you. Justin Moore, now the ones that didn't make
All
it
right.
back
Have
home.
a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. See you later. Appreciate it. All you
bye-bye.
guys for listening too. Bye-bye. Thank you. And you should really, if you're not on the iHeartRadio train yet, it's free. You can listen to our show live if you just search the iHeart Country channel. Let's say you're driving around. You don't know where you are. You're lost somewhere in America. But the only thing you know how to do, let's say you forget all your memory. Like, I don't know how to do anything. But the only thing you know how to do is work that iHeartRadio app. You don't even know what station you listen to us on. All you have to do is search iHeart Country. We're live right there on the iHeartRadio app. I would encourage you to check out. I have a music podcast that I do. And Michael Hobby from 1,000 Horses was a guest, and I did an interview show with him. And so they have, Ray, do you have Smoke by any chance? Do you have the clip of that song? And so they talked for an hour. And I know I mentioned it earlier, but he talked about, and it was a really cool story about how they got a deal and they were dropped. They got a deal and then that deal didn't work out. And they're on the third deal and they just don't give up. It's a real great podcast with him. And he's also related to the Black Crows. And so it's a cool podcast. But Eddie and I did another one yesterday that I forgot to mention earlier. It's songs with crazy twists. So it's not an interview one. It's just us talking about songs with crazy twists. For example, What's the twist in A Boy Named Sue, Amy? Do you know the song, Johnny Cash?
Yeah. Oh, something about the dad who's trying to teach him to be tough.
That's it. Nice.
Yeah,
So the whole
Amy.
song,
Yeah.
it's him, Johnny Cash, or Sue, trying to find his dad because he's ticked. He was named Sue, and he finally finds his dad, and you're like, oh boy, here it is. And they get into a fight, and then at the end, he was like, hey man, I knew I had to go, and I couldn't teach you how to be tough myself, so I named you Sue, so that would teach you to be tough.
Yeah.
That's a twist. He didn't
Yeah,
expect.
good twist.
Weren't expecting that. So we did a bunch of them. Do you know this song called Pina Colada Song?
This is my favorite one.
You ever heard this?
Yeah. And getting.
Do you know what it's about? And there's a twist at the end.
I guess I don't know.
Okay, so
No.
this whole song, he's basically putting out a personal ad. And he's like, hey, if you like pina coladas and if you like walks in the rain and you like whatever. So he's putting out this ad and he's going to meet this girl. And finally he meets the girl. And it turns out the girl who comes to meet him is already his girl. and they're both like, oh, it's you? And they laugh and then they're like,
because
Yeah.
and then
All
at
right.
the
And
end,
then Amy, he says, I didn't know that you,
you like pina coladas.
okay.
And then Eddie and I kind of debated in the podcast, they both should be mad at each other.
Yes,
Yes.
right.
But if they're both mad, does it equal out? Are you back to even?
Yeah.
So it's a-
and then it led them to each other.
Yeah.
And then maybe it reignited their flame?
Right.
Check out that Bobbycast. We did it yesterday. Songs with crazy twists. And we also broke down Kelsey Ballerini's song LA, which isn't part of that. We did new music as well, but we broke down that song too.
Nice.
There you go.
I like it.
Very good. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Shall now take a bow. Back in a second.
Missed any of today's show or just want to listen again? Check out the Bobby Bones Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
Raymundo is our sound guy, our audio guy. He pushes all the buttons as we do the show. So if you hear like a clip or something, he probably edited it, and then he's pushing the button to play it. We have this glass room that he's not in the same room that we're in, but I can see him through the wall. Kind of looks like Joey from Friends. Kind of acts like Joey from Friends. Raymundo, I hear you had a miserable Uber driver experience.
Yeah, so chick ended up leaving her phone.
Your chick.
Yeah.
You can say your fiance.
Fiance.
Yeah.
Left a restaurant. She left her phone. Couldn't find it. Ended up finally getting a hold of the Uber driver, but he wasn't going to give it back to us.
How did you get a hold of him?
I believe it shows their number in the app. So you can go back to a ride and you'll get a number, but they don't have to answer it. They don't have to text you back.
Okay.
So we get to talking to the guy, and he's holding the phone ransom. He wants $100 to give us the phone back. And we look in the app, it says $15 is a normal charge for that. But he goes, no, pay me through PayPal or you're not getting the phone. So he comes to our apartment complex, sits outside, will not give us the phone unless the PayPal transaction goes through.
So did you have his full name?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
No, did you have it from the app, though?
No, but we got it from PayPal. So I hit up Uber after the fact, and I was like, hey, probably not how you're supposed to do business. This dude would not give the phone back, so we had to pay him. Can we get some kind of a refund, something?
But you gave him $100?
Yeah.
Did you go down and do the exchange?
No, that was my buddy's bigger. We told Ross, we're like, dude, go down there, talk to this guy. So he went, and he had the PayPal transaction, and went through, and they gave my fiance her phone.
Gosh, that's scary because they know your address when they're dropping you off, and then they know, like, you don't want to ruffle feathers with someone like that that's kind of not acting right. Because it's crazy.
If someone acts fishy in one way, they're probably doing other stuff as well.
Oh, man.
So you paid. Why would he even give if I was just going to run a rotten scam, I would go pay him PayPal, and then I would never give you the phone back. Like, if I was going to be a bad person, I would commit to it. But you paid him, and he gave it to you.
Yeah. But I'm still talking with Uber. It's kind of a cluster. But
well, they're not going to give you the money back.
They're supposed to, because it says there's only a fee of $15 for the phone. So he overcharged us by $85.
I guess my point is you could run a scam on Uber and go, hey, Uber, we did this. And you paid a buddy $100 and claim they did it to you. I just don't, it's out of.
But he's not a buddy. He's an Uber driver. He's in their database as a driver. He was on that trip with us. We're not just making all the, and the transaction went down right after the trip ended.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
And you're being treated unfairly, but you could easily make that a scam with your friend who's an Uber driver. Like, you drive Uber?
Yeah.
I could easily do that scam with you.
It's not worth it. This guy's probably going to lose his job. I mean, he got a quick 100, yes, but not looking good right now in the long term. I'll tell you that.
What kind of car did he drive?
It was a big old SUV type van, because I believe 6 of us were in it. So
So you gave him $100. Worth it?
She needed her phone. She felt like he was never going to give it back, which now that we think about it, of course he was going to give it back. We maybe should have negotiated a little bit better.
Could you not give him one? Did you give him 1 star? How many stars did you give him?
It's on a friend's app, so I'll ask them. But
Amy, what would you have done?
Man, I probably would have paid to get it back
I'd
for
pay to
sure,
get it
because
back.
I don't want to cause more drama, even though that is so wrong. I wouldn't want him to come back and like kill me for not paying.
You think it escalates that quickly?
I always
Right to murder?
escalated to like, I'm like, what is the worst thing that can happen? I'd rather just have my phone back, give him the money, and him never think of me again.
Well, that's unfortunate. Does your fiance show a ring off everywhere she goes now?
oh yeah, doesn't matter, bar, restaurant, wherever we go, she's always got it on. If she doesn't, I look at her funny like.
So you want her to show it on?
Yes, especially at the house. I always say, polish that thing up. Let me see it.
Is it a big to do when you guys go places because you're newly engaged? Everybody's
Yeah.
like, oh, they're here.
Everybody's always excited. I mean, and big stuff's happening now. You know, they're going dress shopping. We're doing couples brunches. So
I saw she wrote on Twitter yesterday. She said, did she say yes to the dress?
she said yes to the dress.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so I saw ended up being the dresses that were turn downs, but I never obviously saw the one she picked.
Oh, so you haven't seen the one she picked. You saw the one she rejected.
Which there were some smoking ones, man. They don't put a lot of coverage on these dresses anymore. Honestly, it looked more like lingerie than a wedding dress. I'll tell you that right now.
All right. Everything's good, though, in your world?
Very good.
All right. Dan and Shay, Justin Bieber, 10,000 Hours, Bobby Bone Show.